Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today. My name is Melissa, and I'm here to lead you through mindful stretch. We will practice together for 15 minutes today. As we go through class, just a reminder to listen to your body. If any of the stretches that we're working with don't work for your body, please skip them, come on out and modify. Things that you will need for your practice today is it will be nice to have a mat to practice on. And I took out some additional props. I took out the blanket and the exercise blocks. So if you'd like to use those through the class, feel free to have those close by. They are not a necessity, but can be a nice prop to help you in some of the stretches. So as we go through our class today, I would love to do a practice focusing a bit on our legs and our hips. So I know that we hold a lot of tension there through the workday, especially if we're sitting a lot, maybe sitting with not the best posture. So this practice will start with a little bit of just stretching and warming up the body, and then we can drop into some deeper stretches for the legs and for the hips. I would love to start in standing today. So if you'd like to just meet me maybe at the top of your yoga mat, you can have your toes pointing straight forward so that your feet are in line with your hips. And just being mindful that the feet aren't super wide, so just right in line with those hips. And we're going to start with a few shoulder rolls. So let's take our shoulders up to the ears. We'll take a nice large circle. Shoulders relax on the exhale. Full breath in, shoulders up, back and down. And let's go one more time here. A nice deep full breath in and deep full breath out. Take an inhale. Hands will reach to the sky. Let's take the hands to the heart. And just dropping into a little bit of a mindfulness practice. Let's feel our feet planted and grounded. Take a moment to drop into your breath. So feel the gentle rise and the gentle fall of the breath. States of living. The past says, learn from me. The present says, be with me. The future says, be inspired by me. Feel free to set an intention for class if you'd like today. So intention is a goal, a desire that you have, and it might be to be present, to be with your body and your breath for this next 15 minutes. Inhale, hands will extend to the sky. Let's come on down into a forward fold as you exhale. Now, if you're in your forward fold and the ground feels far away, maybe bending into the knees to support the body. If you did have those exercise blocks, you can always grab hands on those blocks. And the blocks have the 3 heights. You can find the option that works best for your body there. We are going to shake out the legs a little bit here. So bend one knee and bend the other knee. And maybe relax your head yes and relax your head no. So we're just going to shake it out a little bit. This can be a nice movement just for warming up the body here. As you come into stillness, let's take our right foot back. We'll bring ourselves into a runner's lunge. And begin to bend and then straighten your front leg. Now, if this feels challenging, lower your right knee down. That's a really nice way to modify. So the knee would be lowered and you're just going to bend and straighten just like you would if that knee was lifted. So feel free to take that modification if needed. And then as we're in this stretch, we want to be very mindful of our left knee. So as you bend into your left knee, make sure that your knee or your ankle are stacked in the same line. Your knee can be behind the ankle, but we just don't want it to shift and move forward too much. We'll take a moment to straighten the front leg and then just letting yourself fold over here. Try to feel your spine relax and your head and your neck relaxing and releasing. Bending into your left knee. Let's hop our right foot to meet our left. We'll come to a forward fold. And then left foot takes a float back. Runner's lunge. Begin to bend and straighten the front leg. As you're working with the stretch on the side of the body, just noticing if the stretch feels very similar. It may feel very similar, the side to that first side we worked on. It might feel very different, one side to the next side, very normal. Straightening your front leg and then letting yourself fold over as you exhale. If you'd like to deepen your stretch, feel free to make little micro adjustments. Maybe encourage your right hip crease to pull back, let your left hip pull forward. We're going to come back into that runner's lunge, and let's press into a down dog as you exhale. We'll bring our right foot to our left foot and shake it out a little bit here. Bend one knee, bend the other knee, and maybe shake your head yes and shake your head no. Knees will begin to lower. Sweep your feet to the right or to the left. We're going to come down into seated. And then as you take seated, extend your legs out wide. Sometimes walking the heels out can help, maybe using the hands to draw the legs from one another a little bit more. Sometimes I press up and just try to roll my pelvis forward a little bit. That will help to keep the spine a little straighter. Let's take a nice full breath here. We're going to draw our right arm onto our right leg, and we'll take our left arm up and over, and then pausing here in a hip stretch, and then also a nice stretch for the spine. Gently roll your left shoulder back. Right shoulder draws under slightly. Almost this feeling like you could shine your heart right on up to the sky. Core engages. Let's take that left hand down, right hand lifts. Anchor into that right sitting bone. So we don't want to be lifting up too much, rolling to the left too much. Let's try to plug that sitting bone down. And we'll just allow for that length and allow for that space to be found here. Coming back on up. We'll take a nice full breath here, lengthening, and then coming down into a fold as you exhale. And then as you're folding here, maybe close the eyes. Relax the eyebrows. Relax the jaw. Try to relax the back of the head, the back of the neck. Relax the shoulders, the arms, the hands. Relax the legs. Relax the feet. Moving up through the spine, we're going to come on up one vertebrae at a time. Help of the hands, let's draw the knees together, and we can give them a little shake on out. So I'd love to come down into the back, and we're going to work a little bit more with our legs and hips. We'll work with a really nice hip stretch and also great for the IT band. So for this one, let's take our right leg up and over. So we're just going to cross the leg. So maybe imagining you're sitting down at a table. You're just going to link that right leg up and over. One of my favorite things about this stretch is there are many variations. Everyone can find the option that fits best for their body. So you can stay right where you're at. You might want to reach for your right knee. You can pull that right knee into your body. You could also reach for your left knee. You could pull both of those knees in. And then there's an option to take hand for foot. So what we would do is we would just take our arms and then run them along our body. And then your hand will reach the opposite foot. So your right hand will reach your left foot and your left hand will reach your right foot. And then we're going to breathe here for a moment or two. So taking this time to close the eyes, just observing in your body where you feel the stretch. So we all experience each pose really differently. Maybe feeling the stretch through the legs, maybe through the hips, maybe through the low back. And then as you come out of this one, let's bring our feet to the edges of our mat. Our knees will be bent and we'll do a windshield wipe of the knees to the right and then off to the left. Bring yourself back through to neutral. Let's bring our left leg up and over. So we're going to just cross those legs to start. And then you can decide where you want to go. So reaching for your left knee, going to be easier. Maybe reach for the right. It's going to invite more challenge. And then for the full expression of the pose, you'll take your hand for the opposite foot. So right hand for your left foot, left hand for your right foot. And then you're going to pull the legs in a bit. Now, as you have that perspective of how the stretch was on the first side, maybe notice if it feels very similar or it feels very different. And then I understand that the stretch can bring a lot of stretch for people. So as that shows up for you, you might be tensing up the body, the jaw might be holding tension, the shoulders might be holding tension. And so just see if you can find softness as best as you can. Use your breath, letting each exhale just melt you into the pose a little bit more. To unwrap this pose, we'll take a happy baby stretch. So reaching for your feet and then flexing your feet, pressing out through your heel. We'll do a rock to the right and a rock to the left. Flexing your feet, almost imagining that you could stomp your feet right up onto the ceiling. Knees are going to float to our chest. Arms, hands around knees or shins. We can do a little rock and roll through the spine to come on up into seated. And as you take seated, let's bring the soles of the feet to touch. Knees will move away from one another. Insides of the feet roll from one another as well. Take a full breath to lengthen. Dive forward on exhale. So if you wanted to give yourself more stretch, sometimes drawing the arms into the legs will go a little deeper. Sometimes walking those hands out feels a little bit more intense. Let's take some breath here. So we'll just inhale and exhale through the nose. Try to breathe deeply and fully here. Trying to avoid breathing through the mouth. That will activate the fight or flight response. So inhaling and exhaling through the nose helps to keep the mind, the body calm, relaxed, and at ease. Flowing up through the spine, help of the hands, knees come together, legs extend out in front. We can give them a little bit of a shake on out. Crossing the legs if that works for your body. Inhale, let's bring our hands to the sky. Exhale, take your hands to your heart. Thank you for being here today. Wonderful to share this mindful stretch practice with you all. I hope that you enjoyed this hip and leg inspired practice. Such a nice reset for the day today. So hopefully you can carry the benefits of class with you through the rest of your day. I will be back with you all on Thursday. We'll be doing our mindful stretch again. That's at 3 o'clock East Coast time. And I'll definitely prepare a different class so we can definitely work and strengthen and stretch some of our other muscles in the body. Take care, and I'll see you soon.